every picture of the comic book, and I just read it from there. But there was this one being called the Sentry. I've never heard of the Sentry before. Also, another comic book. I got a lot of comic books to read. I'm so excited. Excuse me. This super being is called the Sentry. But he's a schizophrenic. One sec. I should have really had these chapters, indexed or something. One sec. Sentry. He has schizophrenia and something else entirely. What is this? Un segundo, por favor. Okay, I don't know what page it was, but he has something else. Schizophrenia and something else. I'm sorry, seniors, the ones who have read the comics. I am truly sorry that I don't know this, but please remember, I just dabbled in it before. I'm just reading the comic books and I'm giving my opinion on it. Please let me know what it was in the comments section. But man, it was just so beautiful because, like, the Sentry, basically this is what I get from him. He is a being that has the power of 1,000,000 suns. Now, just to give you an example in size, I've actually Googled this. A million Earths can fit in our sun alone. So, that's just the size of it. I don't know how much power is 1,000,000 suns. I'm sure it is like some sort of mathematical equation and term I do not know right off the top of my head. But imagine that, the power of 1,000,000 suns. And the thing is that I got from this is that he's afraid of his power. He's afraid to lose control, because I did see something else is in him. I don't know, I think it was called the Entity or something like that. Basically, if he loses control, this thing will destroy the universe and everything around it. Everything. Like, the Marvel universe will be completely destroyed. But he's also afraid of his own powers. He's afraid to unleash all that massive, like, that's 1,000,000 suns. That's a stupid amount of energy. Just like the Hulk. And the really cool part about this is when they did battle, it was, what's the word for? It was, what's the word I'm looking for? It was a terrifying work of art. That's exactly what it was. A terrifying work of art. Because when the Sentry came in and they started trading blows, oh my god, like, it was just like just the fist alone could shake the entire land of Manhattan. Like, just punching back and forth. This was it. This was the unmovable object going against the unstoppable force. It was beautiful. Like, punches after punches. It was so wonderful. And Sentry was like, he was happy because he was finally able to find someone who can withstand all that power, all that immensity that he had. It was beautiful to him. He said, what did he say? Hold on, I know I can find this one. One sec. Okay. Yeah, as he's fighting, he tells them, Bruce, you gotta tell me, does it always feel this good when you finally let go? And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was so beautiful because, like, it just tells you that he had so much power and he always had to be so careful in everything that he did. But once he found the Hulk was the one who could actually take his blows. And basically, they just wear each other down. Like, they were physically tired. The Hulk is never physically tired. So to be able to be physically tired, he had to be struck hard. And the Sentry was physically tired too, so he had to be struck hard. And it was just incredible. Like, it really was. Like, I'm not going to show you the pictures because you better buy this book. And if you have it, good for you, man. Or woman, I appreciate you. and I am grateful that you have come to see my channel. But man, it just showed them going at it until they were both physically exhausted. The Sentry went back down to like regular human size, and he was still like his face is all bloodied up, and Hulk turned back into Bruce. Now, something else did happen. That what's it called? It's a lot. It's more of a story than that. What happened? Oh yeah. Once the Hulk returned to regular size, one of his friends, his very close friends, I forgot his name again. I know you're getting seniors. I know you're gonna hate me. Just write the hate comments down below. I'll get to it. Again, first time buying a comic, so go easy on me. But yeah, one of his closest friends, like Bruce's closest friends, one that he never heard in a million years, no matter how angry the Hulk got, he was stabbed by one of his war-bound buddies. What I mean by war-bound buddies is that he made friends over there in the planet Hulk as Sakaar. And, one of them stabbed his friend by accident because he wanted to see the Hulk and in his rage. He believed that the Hulk was something that was always supposed to be destroying and reckoning. And he was mad because when back in Planet Hulk, he caused peace throughout the world. And he said to the Hulk, no, this is not your true nature. This is not what you are. So you must fight. You must continue fighting because that is who you are. You are a monster. And once he stabbed his friend, Hulk became to be really angry again. I mean, Bruce Banner became to be really angry again. He turned into the Hulk. And as he turned into Hulk and he was killing Meek, that was the guy who stabbed his best friend. Meek started saying that, it was him who, basically he saw some scientists load, I don't know, the spaceship that he came, it had a battery. I think it was a nuclear battery, I'm not sure. Basically, he saw this and didn't say anything, and they activated it. And because of him, and because he didn't say anything, all of the Sakaar people, like, they just died. And his wife and his soon-to-be born child, they were dead, they were gone. And because it was Meek who let it happen. And at that moment, at that blissful, it was like the calm before the storm. I knew he was gonna get angry, but I never knew I never thought to expect what was gonna happen next. Throughout history, Hulk has always been angry, but he has never been this angry. In this moment, in this time, he became the most angry he has ever got. Angriest. I'm gonna go with angriest. Vocabulary seniors, put me right in the comment. But he was the absolute most angriest, I know that probably isn't a word, but whatever, he has ever been. And in that blissful moment, he became World Breaker Hulk. Oh man, it was just intense. Like, he was just oozing radiation from everywhere. He took one step, and in the comic book he said that, what was it, 2 more steps like that and they'll lose the Eastern Seaboard. But, it did look like it shook more than the Eastern Seaboard. But, that's what the comic book says, so I'm just gonna say that. But, in just one step, he shook that amount of mass. Now, at the time, Tony Stark had satellites ready to aim at him to fire everything they got. The last hope. And the World Breaker Hulk said, to do it. To, give me everything you got before I destroy the world. Even he knew that he was getting angry and angry and angry. His power is, the angrier it gets, the stronger he gets. And his power was not stopping. It kept going. And this was terrifying even to the Hulk. He told them to just blast me with everything. No, don't hold back at anything. And that's what Tony Stark did. He got the satellites. They shoot like a laser beam at him. And it reverted him back into Bruce Banner. I think it was just like a solid, good direct hit. Like the Sentry, when he fought the Sentry, to I don't know how the beams did it. They just focused him. And he just became too physically tired to turn into the Hulk again. Can you imagine that? Like, every time you turn into the Hulk, you have to be beaten by an immense amount of energy or force to return back so you can be physically tired as the Hulk. And you know how difficult it is for the Hulk to be physically tired. But yeah, it all ends that the U.S. government sends him 3 miles under the earth. 3 miles. So in case if he, something does happen, I don't see that how the Hulk, and like even 3 miles under the earth can like not barrel his way out of there. But in the end, you just get him, and very mellow under the 3 miles of earth. It's like in a water tank, and you see defeat in his eyes. You're like, well, not really defeat, more like just I'm tired. I'm just gonna rest now. And he closes his eyes, and that's how the comic ends. But there was one more page left. That out of the devastation of Sakaar, a new Hulk was born. I think that's his son, Scar. I've read about Scar. No, I haven't. I know a little bit about Scar. Scar is supposedly Hulk's son. When he was with what's her name? Kyra. Kyra was his wife back in Planet Hulk, or Sakaar, whatever you want to call it. And that I think that was his unborn child. I don't know how he survived it. I guess it's because he's the Hulk's son. But I need to read that comic book too. So, in conclusion, I don't know how many minutes this is. I'm sorry if it took forever, but I am glad if you did stick to the very end, that you were here with me. Again, seniors, if you have any comics that you want to share with me, tell me I'm tired. Tell me in the chat below. People who are new to this but have found actually good comics that you like, please also write down in the chat below to check out which comics you want me to check out. Did I just make sense or no? I'm sorry, I've been talking for a really long time. But yeah, World War Hulk. It was beautiful. Terrifying work of art. It really was, and I love it to death. I'm going to upload videos whenever I can. I think every 2 days I'm going to upload videos. So, yeah, right now I'm in Amadeus Cho's Hulk when apparently Bruce Banner dies. Spoilers. I don't have the first issue of Amadeus Cho. I only bought the second and the third one. I'm going to read those over again just to make sure that, I don't get anything messed up. And I will upload the video on that on Wednesday, I believe. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like to my channel. If you want me to, if you want me to read anything, just let me know in the comment section down below. And I'll see you guys later.